One of the questions I get asked a lot is, will my business sell? And what sort of businesses are popular? And they're kind of flip sides of the same question. So what sort of businesses are popular? The answer to that is good businesses. Yeah, good businesses will always sell. Solid fundamentals, good trading history, good future opportunity. Those businesses are always going to be in demand. Typically, what sellers are wanting to know, they've got fairly straightforward, basic questions to understand before you get into financials and due diligence and everything else. But you're the owner of the business. If you were keeping the business, how would you grow it further? Yeah, what would you do? Tell me about the opportunities. Tell me why I should be excited about buying your business. That's what they're really asking, And that will be followed shortly after as well. Okay, that sounds great. Why haven't you done it? Fair enough questions. So have those answers clear in your head. Be prepared to answer the question, what are the business's biggest challenges? There are challenges in every business. Your credibility with the buyer, where you can say, well, look, this has gone really well. This is challenging. If it's somebody who's buying your business and they're in the same industry as you, they will expect you to be able to demonstrate that knowledge, and they'll really appreciate the candor of an answer. So it is important to be candid about that. Another important factor is, how are the business's processes documented? Okay. Now, it might sound really trivial, but if you're buying a cafe, well, you better know how the till opens. You're going to be in bother otherwise. Yeah. So little things like that. So how are the business processes documented? It's a tricky one as business owners, again, because you're concentrating on running the business day to day. And if it's really, really hectic, you've just had a brand new order, you've got to fulfill 200,000 blue widgets to be exported out of the country, not to the US perhaps. But and somebody comes in and starts talking about how you haven't documented your HR policies properly, you're not interested. You're doing your business day to day stuff. So that's totally understandable. But when it comes to selling, you do need to make sure that your house is in order, because these are things that come up during due diligence. So just how you document what you do, the critical stuff in your business, really, really important. And the last thing people want to know is why you're selling. If it's a great business, if it's a great opportunity for me as a buyer, then why are you selling? And people want to know that it's a logical reason. Other videos we've covered elsewhere, it might be retirement, it might be ill health. We don't generally mention that. We would normally position that as a retirement sale. It could be that you've got other opportunities, you're relocating, but you must have a clear reason as to why you are selling. People want to know that it's a planned exit and you're not running away. Really, really important. So if you can understand that good businesses with good fundamentals will always attract good interest, and they'll attract good buyers. If you make yourself easy to buy, because every business is sellable if you think like a buyer. Like, really, really important. You know what you would look for as a business owner if you were looking to acquire a business yourself. So, is there a good growth opportunity? Is it a well-organized, well-structured business? Is there a clear reason for selling? All of those things come together, give people confidence to then go ahead and progress with making an offer on your business and then going down the due diligence path. So fairly simple, fairly straightforward. But if you get clear on those in your mind and you've got the answers and you're confident that you can deal with those questions, you've got every chance of successfully selling your business. And again, as always, we have these conversations day in, day out. So come and talk to us, complete confidentiality even, with no obligation. We're happy to help. Get in touch with Intelligent.